was a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded like dirt into play. I thought my memories would end. One street over is now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. I took a walk one street over from my home, cracked and broken asphalt everywhere. I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I love today.
Hello, good morning. Let's get into it. This is 1100 WSG. I'm Utah LaVern, and yes, this is one street over. What's going on one street over from where you live in? You're living right, because we get to live and work in Robertson County, right, Mayor?
One straight over me, still covered up with ice.
Yeah, I hear ya. That's what we were just sitting here talking about. It is a mess out there still, guys, in so many areas. I've had so many that go, why are we not back in school? And yes, because I'm wearing the Stormy Cromer hat, that you know that we're on a snow day again. This is my little nod to being out of school. I'm getting kind of tired of wearing it though, man. This is our 8th day out of school. So, you know.
And then what?
Yeah.
Spring breaks when
We're off the 16th of March.
yeah, in March.
We're just 4 weeks from spring break. Well, 5 weeks from spring break. I got a lot to do at school, and I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I've enjoyed the break, but I've got things to do. I actually went by my classroom yesterday. We were going to go by Mayor Billy Vogle's in the house, by the way, and I went by my classroom yesterday, and we were going to do some work in the studio in there. I have some acoustic tiles I need to hang, and I walked in, and there had been a leak in my
Oh, gosh.
But it was not in our studio where the high dollar equipment
Yeah.
is, but we did have 3 computers get wet. And I'm just like sick. I'm just like, anyway.
Well, I know for a fact with people that's got the roofs like y'all got,
Yep.
if you got skylights or thing, when you got ice and snow and it starts melting, it backs up under cracks and seams
Yes.
instead of runs off.
Yeah.
And it comes down the walls. And in fact, Monday night, today is Wednesday. Yeah, Monday night.
That's what day is it?
We had a resolution. The schools for $2 million coming out of their fund balance to put another roof on Woodall.
Yeah.
Now it was leaking before the storm.
Oh, I can't imagine what they've got then.
Yeah.
And this is my room had not had a leak. There at one point I think there was, because there was when I took over the room, there were some tiles. There was one tile it was one of those that was half broken, and I wanted to get it replaced. So I think they'd had some issues in the past.
Yeah.
But I haven't had any issues since I've been in there, and I'm in my 4th year. But boy, when I walked in yesterday, I just was sick.
It's just part of folks around chimneys, anywhere that the water's backing up, it's going to find a crack.
Absolutely.
And, I know I don't have but 30 minutes this morning.
Yeah.
But hey, coming in, I still had to put it in 4-wheel drive in spots where the shade is.
Yeah.
People need to be careful because those ruts are frozen, and you hit one of those ruts, and it will throw you sideways.
Yes, it will.
And some of the back roads, because of the shade, I want to get into the roads a little bit. If you'll give me a minute.
Right ahead. You go ahead. Absolutely. And what he said, he's got a half hour because this is not the normally scheduled time. We've got one of our principals coming in. Megan Keys is coming in. And so we snuck Billy in here for a few minutes to kind of give us an update on the meeting and just some of the things on his mind. So go.
Well, I figured when you said the mayor's here today, your switchboard will probably light up with complaints. But
no.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've had several emails, and some of them's nice and some of them's not. But people just don't understand it. They say, why don't the county get out and salt roads? Well, we got 600 miles of roads.
Yeah.
And I would have to raise taxes 15 cents to be equipped for salting roads. Mm-hmm. And when you do if you salt a road on a Tuesday, the people on Wednesday and Thursday is going to know why the ones on Tuesday got salted.
Yeah.
The first thing they're going to do is work on the roads to the nursing homes, the hospitals, and to possibly schools where people congregate. TDOT, I don't want to get started on TDOT, but TDOT, they're going to spend first times on the interstate, and they're going to stay there. And this storm we had, I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
We've had ice storms. In 94, we had an ice storm. My electricity was out 9 days. But this in here, we got snow on top of it, and you was able to drive, and then they scraped that, and he got down to the ice, and then what they had to do was come back 2 or 3 times, because that ice with the temperature, it was just like scraping concrete. I mean, you couldn't get down to the road.
Yeah.
And if there was shade, you was wasting your time.
Yeah.
So I've never seen them like this, but I hope people understand that when it comes time like that, so we had to close the office building down in 2 days. It took us a day and a half with salt and a lot of people working to get the parking lot where you could get out of your car without getting killed, breaking your neck to get in that office building. And I want people to realize that I appreciate you understanding that. I was there on a Wednesday, and I don't know how many people was trying to get into the court system and trying to get tags, but the parking lot was not safe to even get out of your car in.
Yeah.
It took us a while to clean up. Hey, we had to clean off the health department. We went down to the clinic. The county highway department, I seen graders out. Even Sunday was still out trying to grade roads. And they graded my road, and all they did was get the snow off. They got it down to the ice.
Yeah.
And then they come back 2 or 3 days later, which I'd just soon as stay off my road and say, hey, mayor got his road graded. Well, I didn't, but they got it down to the ice and really made it worse.
That's the thing. If you lose that snow off of it, you lose your traction. My kid equated it, my son that's in Jackson, they got the same thing we did. They got lasagna. They got snow, ice, snow. And we were talking yesterday, and he was walking across his driveway. He goes, I feel like I'm walking in a Sonic slushie.
Well,
and then that refroze,
We can't get no sunshine.
Yeah, exactly.
And the next 2 days, the temperature's not really going to help us.
No.
But, folks, this will pass. After the next 2 days, They're talking some temperatures, but it's going to be sloppy now. I wouldn't pull off the road very far in the yard or nothing because it's going to get sloppy.
Yep, absolutely.
But we have been blessed. I've seen pictures of Nashville. Green Hills is out of electricity right now over there, and they showed pictures of trees down.
Right.
I read somewhere you turn that 1 inch of ice is equivalent to a Class 1 hurricane.
Wow.
Now, you put 2 inches of ice, that's Class 2. And that's about what Nashville got. They got
hit hard.
They got hit hard.
They did.
And NES has really been taking it on the chin over there.
Yeah.
But when you got trees down, you cannot get in there and move the power lines till they get the trees up.
Yeah.
And yesterday it rained. And it's very, very unsafe for them guys to be messing with electricity and pouring down rain.
Oh, it's just incredible.
I worked on the railroad 16 years, and every time it snowed, I never got to go home for 4 days.
Yeah.
Clean out switches. I know what it's like at the water plant, being in a ditch of water at 20 degrees. It's not fun, and you can't get nothing going when it's freezing like that. Won't nothing start.
Yeah.
Everything don't work right. I feel for those guys.
Yeah.
I really do.
You'd be praying
But
for
I
them,
feel
Dave.
for the people that don't have power either.
I know, and there's still some.
I feel for
NES.
them.
I mean, a lot of. We were talking with Blake Monday. I talked with Blake Pierce, our emergency.
Boy, he's done a
management
great
director.
job.
He's done an excellent job.
He has done a great job.
Yeah, he's been on with us at least 3 times
Yeah.
during this time. And we talked with him on Monday, and the only people that are still without power in Robertson County are the ones who are served by NES.
NES.
NES has just been overwhelmed. I had a friend that is an NES customer, got her power back Monday afternoon, I think. And I think the reason why they got theirs back as early as they did is her neighbors took it on themselves to clear the trees.
Well, that's
They got the trees out of the way and said, hey, we've got it ready for you. Come on.
Let me give kudos to Cumberland Electric. I mean, I had it down Monday night. How many customers we had out of power, and now everybody is back on.
You bet.
And hey, they done a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Now Nashville's catching a lot of slack about not trimming the trees.
Right.
And I watched it yesterday at a news conference, and I felt sorry for that poor lady.
Yeah, she's getting
They was asking questions to her that about, and we're talking millions of dollars over clearing trees and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for a fact I've had in the summertime when the county come through and trim back some trees, I was getting calls from neighbors about them trimming their trees back on the side of the road.
Yeah, they
didn't like it.
They didn't like it. But
They didn't like
your
it.
power doesn't go down. They had to.
They didn't like
They
it.
came into my yard one day and they said, LaVern, can we cut this tree down? And I said, you absolutely can cut that tree down. So
Yeah.
it was just one. It was just one that had come up right by the power pole, and they said, "How do you feel about that tree?" I said, "Take it." I mean, I knew why they were taking it down.
Yeah, I got some. I got a neighbor that has some pine trees all the way around the curve. He planted them too close to the road, and they come through and they trimmed the side of them.
Yeah.
And man, he was at my house that afternoon.
Yeah, but it's like you can't. You can't
in the
be
same
planting
way.
them. Yeah.
Same way when the counties is clearing out the ditches.
Yeah.
And I fuss too because I mow my banks, and all of a sudden they come through and dug around the covers and stuff, and I said, I can't even mow it now. But that's got to be done to get the water away from the road. 'Cause if you don't get the water away from the road, your road, I'm going to tell you, this water's running on the road a lot of places because of the snow, and you're going to see a lot of potholes.
We've already got some on Lawrence Lane.
Yeah.
That we've noticed. We've noticed a difference in the payment on Lawrence Lane, and it's from that cold.
And hey, concrete. If you see concrete, the water's up on that concrete and ground is swelling as it freezes, and you're going to see people fussing about sidewalks again. And hey, this is a very expensive. I think I seen where the damage money-wise, just for electricity in Robertson County was over $2 million. Mm-hmm. 2.5 to be exact.
We were talking about too the cost of clearing the parking lots, and we won't get into specifics because these are just some things you had heard and this different ones. The extraordinary expense that some of the businesses have had to undertake to clear parking lots, and what the city and the county has had to take on. So those are going to be interesting dollar figures.
I haven't got the figures yet.
Yeah,
but I understand some of the factory and stuff to what they've spent to try to get workers to work.
extraordinary amount.
It's unreal. It's more than the average Joe makes in a year. I'll tell you that.
And one thing too and this is something we talked with. I had Mandy Christensen in here yesterday from the chamber up in White House.
Ain't she sweet?
Oh, she's wonderful. And she was telling me about, she said, you know, you've got to remember these small businesses that have lost so much business because of this. And people who've not been able to work, that have not, you know, been able to go in and put the hours in. So, you know, I mean, we just got to be praying for everybody, be supporting everybody, and be supporting our local community. And I don't want to run out of time, Mayor, before we look at this. The Pillar of the Region Legacy Award. Oh, my goodness. Greater Nashville Regional Council awarded you the 2025 Pillar of the Region Legacy Award. God bless you. That's amazing.
It's
wow.
You're gonna make me get emotional.
Oh man.
I tell people, and I've told these cities in Robson County, GNRC, we pay a fee, and I'm telling you folks, I'm telling the cities, if you do not take advantage of GNRC, you're losing money. When Robson County had done our ADA program, you had to have a program for the state, and we didn't have one. And then I called Springfield. I called Gina Holt, and I said, Gina, I said, can I see your ADA program? I've got to come up with one. And she laughed at me because it was thicker than 3 Nashville phone books.
Yeah.
And they spent a lot of money getting that done. With GNRC, I called them for help. They got ours done for thousands of dollars less than what a consultant would have done it for.
That's awesome.
And they've helped me write up our zoning about turning lanes around developments. They've done that, and I even called them 2 months ago to check our fees to be sure that we was in line with other counties about building and stuff, and they did that for us for $1,400.
Oh, wow.
Checked out 8 different counties and sent me the results back.
That's amazing.
But anyway, I got that award, and it's I don't know that I deserved it, but
absolutely you deserved it.
But the other mayors and me are a fraternity. We get along great, and you know, it's like part of it was said that he may have a country slang, but every once in a while, you know, it's like we was fussing about water one day, and people had some cows in the creek and stuff in Dixon County, and I told them, I said, look, I think cows is getting a bad rap here. I said, I've never seen no cows standing in the middle of the Cumming River over Nashville.
Yeah.
But their water's just, you know, just as nasty as anybody else.
And that's the truth. That's funny. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. I love it. And Miss Jordan Osborne went and accepted that award.
She sure did and done a great job. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
I was going through some hard time.
Yeah.
And there was no way I could make it. And it was a complete surprise to me. And I mean, I'm very, very humble. And I'll remember it to my last day.
Absolutely, absolutely, and well deserved, brother. Well deserved.
I don't know about that, but anyway.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm just so glad to see you. I'm so glad you were able to come in. And the reason why we're out of schedule is because they didn't have their county commissioner meeting last week.
Holiday.
And well, was it? No, it wasn't a holiday. It got snowed out last week, wasn't it?
Well, okay, no, that was
got the holiday.
No, that was.
Oh, that's right. You were supposed to have it. We would have had it.
Martin Luther King's birthday?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you had it scheduled late.
Yeah.
And then it got snowed out.
And hey, next month.
Then you had it. It'll be a week late too because of President's Day.
I'm gonna give you just a heads up. Next month will probably be a week late because of spring break. We don't want to have county commission during spring break.
That's
people
March.
Traveling.
This month we're in February.
Yeah.
So you figure
Yeah, I still got another. Yeah, I got another this month.
You've got one this month that will come up. But
2 in 1 month.
Yeah, you're gonna have one on the 23rd.
Yep.
Is when they'll have it, and then you'll end up having it on the 23rd in March as well because the 16th is. You've got three months here that it's going to be the third Monday instead of the second.
This month, what, President's Day?
Yes, because President's Day is on the 16th, so y'all will be on the 23rd. But yeah, I know, and then in March, spring break is falling whenever y'all would normally have a county commissioner meeting, so you'll do it on the 23rd as well. So we're going to be a little off schedule, but then we were on the third week last week, so we had you on the calendar for Tuesday. Didn't have the meeting. Yeah. So then y'all ended up having it Monday, and I got a call from you saying, hey, are we coming in? And I had White House already scheduled, the community of White House. And so that's why we've got him in here today. We normally meet with our principals on the first Wednesday. But Mary Jo Holmes, she was unavailable this morning, and so she is going to come next week. But we do have Megan Keys coming in at 7:30, so we don't have a ton of time. But we just wanted to definitely mention this amazing award that you were given. Just so cool. It's Pillar of the Region Legacy Award from the GNRC. Congratulations, Mayor. And thank you, Jordan, for representing Robertson County so beautifully. And what happened then at the county commissioners meeting on night?
It was a short meeting really because we didn't have any zoning, but I just want to say that, the schools, I'm telling, part of one of the resolutions, they took $2 million out of their fund balance for this roof. Now this is their fund balance. It did not come out of general fund balance. And one of the reasons their fund balance was able to do these things, Robeson County is one of the few counties that gives all our sales tax to schools. Mm-hmm. Some of them hold back. Now, some counties hold back sales tax for general fund, but we've always gave them the sales tax. And, we had a lot of people upset about the county voting for the Vesper Village. We wasn't really voting for the houses, all that. What we was voting for, what commercial goes in there. Mm-hmm. If there's sales tax to be had, we want our share of it. That's what we was voting for. Yeah. And people don't understand that if a city has a sales tax and if they raise theirs, the county will not get their part unless we raise ours too. That's a law. Okay. So, but anyway, whatever revenue that comes out of a Vesper Village, the county will get our share of the sales tax, and that sales tax does go toward education. Tennessee is a sales tax state, and all that money goes toward education. Mm-hmm. And we want our part to help the schools. And right now, our fund balances are in great shape. We've worked hard to get them up, and look like we're going to be building a school. I would have thought it would have happened this year, and it still could. The money be raised or bonded, and I'm sure next year they may come back for another one. Oh. So, it's
we're growing. Yep.
Yes, we're growing, but everybody says, well, the county's growing. We didn't have but 185 building permits out in the county last year.
Yeah.
The cities
is slowed down in that.
The cities is what's growing.
Right.
And they depend on rooftops for sales tax.
Right.
That's a big revenue for the cities. So, and people's moving here and getting back to the roads. Most of my complaints was people that moved in here that was used to driving on 4 lanes, and then they moved out in the country and they were shocked when their road wasn't, salted the next day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of them, I moved in here and I can't believe that y'all live like this, and all. It's kind of comical. It really, we don't have storms like this all the time.
No, I mean, this is such an oddity, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And, that's one of the things. Everybody just needs to calm down. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Hey, sit home. Hey, I may do some communication right quick.
Okay, go for it.
First thing I want to say, Gina Head Hebert is having her 5K this Saturday, and it starts at 8 o'clock at Travis Park. Donations available, but she's hoping to have a big crowd. And let me tell you, the weatherman's talking to pretty favorable Saturday. Yeah. So get out there and support that great thing. It's in memory of her son Tyler. And she's been doing this. She works hard at this. She's got T-shirts. There'll be some refreshments there, but I'm gonna put that out for her because she does work hard. Mm-hmm. And then I want to have a big handout to our first responders. While a lot of people are sitting at home, these people are out night and day. EMS. We had an ambulance slide off a road on a road in east part of the county. And that's because people drove around a stop where the county told them that road wasn't safe. Mm-hmm. Well, they drove around it.
Yep.
Well, folks, there's 2 ways to get into a road. You ain't got to go the unsafe way. Yeah. Turn around, go. But we had didn't hurt the ambulance much, but we did have one slide off. I think about the people at animal control. Mm-hmm. They had to work every day. Yep. Cleaning cages and feeding those dogs. And we would love to have, if you want to be a foster parent to help them during times like that in holidays, you may love the dog and keep it, but if you don't, you can bring it back. but they could use some help like that. They could always use help. Like I said, I've talked about the highway department being out night and day. I can't say enough about the EMA, what Blake done, the job he's done, and let's not forget about our law enforcement. I've seen county cars out all through this storm, and you know they was busy. I had it wrote down here that generally 911 gets about 1,250 calls for stuff like that a month. We got close to 1,900 in 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing Blake was talking about. He was the different numbers and the number of calls that they got. It was just incredible. And it's still happening. I mean, this is, the reason why.
It ain't over.
Oh, my goodness, guys. If you've not been on some of these back roads and things, they are still treacherous. And by the way, Lee Marie will not be coming in to do the Go Show because she lives up on a very treacherous road. I don't know if she wants me to talk specifically about where she lives, but we thought about having Mark go and get her, but instead we're going to call her at 8 o'clock and kind of go through a calendar of events for the Go Show today. So we'll have an abbreviated version of the Go Show at 8 o'clock. So stick around for that. But Lee Marie is on one of those very treacherous roads. And what else have you got going? We've got Megan Keys going to come in here from Principal's Interviews.
I just wanted to say, I've got the figures right here from Cumberland Electric. Yeah, we was over $2.5 million total restoration cost.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's not over yet, I'd say.
No.
Folks, they can't put these poles in the ground when it's muddy. I mean, you drill out the top, it's frozen, but when you get down in the mud and you hook wires to it, I mean, first time the wind blows it, they're really fighting a lot. But like Stewart County, they didn't have but $100,000 total restoration. We got hit pretty hard in Middle Tennessee.
I can't imagine what the bill's going to be for Nashville.
Well, I mean, here's Sumner County. It was over $6 million so far.
Yeah.
It's Sumner County because it kind of went that direction. I'm glad I kept that because I'm going to remember this because that's some good information. It shows what it's like what we had to clean these parking lots. We didn't budget that much money.
Well, of course not.
No, we didn't. I mean, you didn't see this coming.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, it's like we're having to put some work into the archives building. It's been closed because of gas fumes and stuff out of the unit. Well, you don't see stuff like it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any household. It's like my son had a car breakdown the other day, and it looks like it's going to probably be a fuel pump or something like that. It's the same thing with your government, entities. That you have those unexpected budget items that come into you, just like you do in your family.
We have been done an excellent job keeping taxes down, but as this county grows, eventually, all we get is property tax, folks. We get a portion of the sales tax from the cities, but we give it to the schools. And I don't have but 2 stores that even sell alcohol out in the county. You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
What we get from the beer tax is about $140,000 a year.
Really?
That is it.
That surprises
Don't
me.
have a 2 out in the county that sell alcohol, and that's a sin tax. But Tennessee depends on the cigarette tax, sin tax. We've got to do something about the fuel tax. The highway department runs on fuel tax only. They get no property tax, and we're not getting enough money to really keep our roads up.
Right.
Yeah, we're not.
And we're going to have a lot of road upkeep that's going to come from all this cold and this frozen stuff because, I mean, we're already seeing it on our road. So
yeah, it's $100,000 a mile to pave a road in the county, and that's not striping it, and that's not ditching it.
Yeah.
It's $100,000 a mile.
Wow.
And if I give one of the roads, I'm not part of the road department. They've got their own elected officials. But if one of them gets $1 million, all he's going to do is 10 miles. That's it.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible? That's amazing.
Yeah, and I want to throw a hand out to solid waste too.
Yeah.
Springfield cleaned the road out because they had to get their trash in there, but once they got it cleaned out, we're back in the trash business. We wasn't down very long.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
You got anything else we need?
That's about it that everybody needs to know. I just want, hey, just be safe. 2 more days. This will pass, folks. This will pass. And don't, I know if you're upset and want to vent, find out all the facts before you call the county court clerk and fuss about taxes or start fussing because the property tax didn't get your road clean. We don't none of the property tax goes toward the highway department. It's strictly the fuel tax from the state of Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, well, Mayor Vogle, we love you, and Mom,
I don't know about
I'm
that.
so proud you were able to get in here today.
Yeah. I think I've got,
And-
what have I got, 8 more months, 6 more months or something?
You're just wrapping it up here, buddy.
Yeah.
I
The
know.
good Lord's willing.
You've done an awesome job. We love you so much. And big prayers for you. And so
Say hi to the head girls. I ain't seen them in a couple of months. I know they might be snowed in.
Okay.
I'm sure they're listening.
Yeah, there you go, girls. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They'll have to say hi here. But we are so proud of you for winning this Pillar of the Region Legacy Award. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to have to go watch that. You said Jordan had
and then a lot of the other mayors was on stage. And
that's awesome.
yeah, it's, hey, it was something that I don't really know if I even worked hard for it. It just happened. Yeah.
You do an excellent job.
Yeah.
And you're a dear man, and we love you a lot. We're proud of you, brother.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Hey, I thank everybody for the prayers. I found out every day is a miracle that I wake up right now, and man, I'm gonna tell you, the Lord's been good to me.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Praying big for you, brother. Praying big.
Everybody, I'm fixing to go work for Roberts County, folks.
That's right. You're headed. You have meetings today. So, and he's kicking hard and not relenting. I love it, brother. You just keep going and you hang in there, and you take your time as you head out. And we'll bring Megan in here in just a second.
Is Megan here?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, let me
She's
get
out
out of the way.
You're good. You're
Tell her I
good.
kept a seat warm.
That'd be all right. She'll come on sliding in here. And a programming note, as Mayor slides out, we are not going to have Lee Marie in for the Go Show, and she's going to get on the phone with me at 8 o'clock. Bye, brother. Don't forget your coat there. It's on the chair. You got that coat on the chair, don't forget. But we'll get Lee Marie on the phone here at 8 o'clock to get a little portion of the Go Show. But as Megan makes her way in here, of course, we're going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. Come on in here and have a seat, sweetheart. And we're going to talk about Exit Prime Realty because you know as well as I do that if you need help in the real estate community, you will find no one that will serve you any better than Barry and Rebecca Richards, whether it is being buying or selling, or whether you want to be a realtor. It's so funny. I was watching some of the stuff they put up on social media, and he's saying, now's a really good time to get online and kind of see what's going on in your community. What are you really wanting to do? Are you wanting to be a realtor? What is it that matters to you? Well, it is a really good time to really, kind of just stop when you've got some downtime with your family and say, hey, I've been thinking about going into real estate, or hey, what do you think about selling our property? Or hey, what do you think about buying something new? Maybe you're renting and you've been saving and you've got a down payment. What is it that you're wanting to do? Well, you can get on the phone with Barry and Rebecca right now, or go and sit down and have a meeting with them, and they will lay it all out for you. If you're wanting to sell, you need a free market analysis so you know realistically how much can you get for that piece of property that you're wanting to put on the market. If you're wanting to buy, what do you qualify for? Do you have some down payment money? How much home can you really afford to buy? And they're going to help you lay it out, and they're going to help you budget it and make sure that you are ready to do what you're really wanting to do. And if you want to be a realtor, they're going to lay it out clearly for you so you don't have any surprises, that you know exactly what to expect, what you're looking at, and what your expectations should be. Rebecca was just recently named the number 13 in sales and volume for the GCI, and I'm very, very proud of her, and that's with Exit Southeast, and that just tells you they constantly are getting awards from Exit and the Exit team, and so that just tells you how good they are at what they do. But Exit Prime Realty is a branch in the Exit tree. They were with the Garden Gate team for many, many years, and they started their own branch with Barry's brokerage office here in Springfield. Her agency office out in White House brought the two together for Exit Prime Realty. They're to serve you no matter what your real estate needs are, and you can contact them at sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, BUY, robertsoncounty.com. They are specializing in Robertson County properties because they are Robertson Countyans, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. Like myself, they're from Kentucky. And one thing we need to always remember too, if you think you might want to deal with property in Kentucky, the laws have changed. Not everybody can broker deals in Kentucky, but they do have a broker that Rebecca works with that is still brokering deals in Kentucky. So that's very important, and you need to know that when you're looking at the market. You can call them as well, 615-504-7425 or 615-504-7424 for Exit Prime Realty. Barry and Rebecca Richards, let them know U-Turn sent you. Megan is here, and I'm so impressed. Come on up on that microphone. You got to scoot on in here.
All right.
We're not in school today. Pull that
We're
microphone.
not.
Pull that microphone to you. Mayor pushed it out of the way.
Oh, my.
And so we're not in school, but yet here you are.
Here I am.
I was so impressed that you were going to come on in because I said, well, I can call you on the phone.
Well, being on the phone, I feel is a little bit awkward because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you go ahead.
Yeah,
So
it is.
it's easier
You're
to just
absolutely
come
right.
on in.
You're absolutely right. It's so much easier to have an in-person conversation. And so how are things going?
So good. I think everybody's definitely enjoyed some snow days.
It's crazy.
Very surprising.
So remind everybody which school you're with.
Joe Burns Elementary.
Joe Burns Elementary.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
it was so funny. We got word first that the elementary schools were closed yesterday. I was talking with some of my teacher friends because we were all texting each other. Well, what do you think? What do you think? Because we're, how you
Every
do.
day.
You know how you do. And I got a text from one of my friends, and she was like, I found this, and it was an elementary announcement. And what was really interesting, I had gotten an email from somebody over at Central Office about a purchase order I had put together for my program, for my lab. And they're like, okay, here's your approval. And they were saying, make sure that you pay attention to when the delivery is going to happen because we don't know when we're going to get back from the snow and ice. And I
Right.
thought, you're over there in Central Office. So I'm betting. I got that.
Something.
Yeah, I got that about 1 o'clock, and I thought, what are you covertly telling me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
So I was like,
We're
that's
all on the edge of our
interesting.
seats.
Yeah. Well, we even had our coming home celebration last night, and I was really surprised by that and couldn't be there. And Torrance, we're so proud of you. You got King. And it was just, very few people there.
Yeah.
I hated that because, the kids are all excited about that. We didn't get to have our pep rally and all the things that go along with that.
Right.
But here we are, 8 days out of school.
I know, it's wild.
I mean, we have used up, as of today, we've used all of our snow days, guys. We've used all 10 as of today.
There we go.
So, but I talked to Dr.
We
Weeks
gotta get back.
last week, and they're hoping that the state will waive some days because this is such a big, event across the state.
Right.
And because we're not the only county that's in a hot mess. My kid lives down in Jackson with his bride and little baby boy, and she's a librarian, and
Okay.
she's out of school. And so they're going to have the same situation.
Yeah.
That they're going to have multiple days. They're not going to have this many in their
Right.
snow day calendar either. So
Right.
there's going to be multiple counties that are
For
going
sure.
to overextend their. And we're not through February yet, y'all.
Right.
We could get more of this.
I think we'll just take, I'll take 75 and sunny over
I
this.
would, yes. And I mean, it's like I was talking to Mayor a minute ago. In a minute, we'll be ready for spring break even.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes so
It's
fast.
wild.
It goes so fast. So we're talking about Joe Burns Elementary. Megan Keys is here, and she is, how long have you been principal?
This is my 5th year as principal at Joe Burns Elementary.
And y'all have so much fun over there.
Yes, we do.
Y'all do. Y'all have, I hear so many wonderful
We
things.
really do.
Yeah.
We
What all you
have
got to do is just
fun.
listen to her and you see, this is your principal. She's so bubbly and fun.
We have fun, but at the same time, we get down to business when
Yes.
we need to. For
Yes,
sure.
absolutely. Well, this is always a question I like to ask my principals. What are you most proud of?
This year, I would say, every year you're always proud of something.
Right.
This year we opened, it's a Ben Carson reading room.
That's what Jim wanted me to be sure to talk to you about that.
Yes. And so last summer I'd received an email. It was myself and another school saying, hey, are you interested in this? I was the first to jump on it.
Yeah.
There's a local donor within the county. They are anonymous. They run through a grant. It's called the Dr. Ben Carson Reading Project, $25,000. And that money is allocated. It's allocated towards decorating the room, towards buying books,
Yes.
different things. But really, this space is just a quiet space where students can enjoy leisure reading, which is hard to do in the classroom, you know? we are very strict about getting to our standards, teaching the curriculum, and it's hard for them to have that opportunity to leisurely read. And so this room that we created, it's a farm theme, so built right into the community of Cedar Hill. Springfield High School built a gorgeous wall of bookshelves, barn door style, and then Joe Burns High School built some barns where students can crawl in and read. They have lights in them. So really just getting the community involved in the project and giving our students a space.
I love that.
Feel safe and read what they want to.
Well, see, and that's one thing too. People don't realize if you can get kids to have a love for reading early on, it is just so essential because, and I mean, let them read what they want to read. Of course, they have to read what they have to read in regards to the curriculum, but let them read the Wimpy Kid books.
Yeah,
let them read those things because
let them imagine.
Yes, and I love that, and I didn't develop a love for reading until after I got out of school. Because I found the genre that I like to read. And for me, at first was science fiction. And I just devoured it. I was I liked to read all the Star Trek books. And I don't know why it just hit a chord with me, but I was not a reader until after I became an adult because the things that I had to read were not the things that drew me in.
Right.
And I have a real attention issue. And so if you don't grab my attention, I'm not there.
Yeah.
And I kind of will speed read and kind of, not really speed read, but I'll kind of skim read things, and go like, oh, I'm not interested in that. Yeah. And so my reading skill, I read very well, but I didn't enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So if you can build rooms like this and get kids in there and let them find that love of reading early on, it is so beautiful.
Yes,
I love it.
It is.
Now,
it's
what
really
age
amazing.
kids are in Joe Burns Elementary? Because it varies. Our elementary schools, if you're new to the area, it varies. Some of our elementary schools will be more of a preschool, and it just. So, talk to them about the ages and how the schools are structured over at Joe Burns.
For our school, we have pre-K3, so 3-year-olds to 5th grade, and then the high school is 6th grade through 12th grade, and they're in a different building.
Yeah, and Joe Burns is a sweet community because you're able to have that closeness, and it's really cool. It's probably East Robertson's kind of the same way, and y'all have got that connection, and you just kind of you stay there and you just kind of grow together. And that's what I grew up with my school. Now, we were all on one property, but that's in the 60s and 70s. So, but I love the way y'all structure it. Y'all got just such a great family structure there, and it's just beautiful. I mean, y'all have got a great community.
It is
really great community.
It's really rooted in tradition, and teachers that are there, they've been there for a long time, and they are vested in that community and making sure that the kids are provided with a valuable education every single day.
Absolutely.
Truly.
And all my Greenbrier people are going, us too, LaVern. I know, we are too.
Greenbrier too.
Yeah, and so I need to put Greenbrier in there with East Robertson and Joe Burns because we do have that tight-knit community. We do. And so I didn't forget y'all. So you've got several schools like that. You've got that really community that the kids grow up there and they go there, and it's just a very vested interest in the community where and of course some big old pride in their community and rivalries. I know we're all rivals here in the county, but anyway, where did you go to school?
I went to Greenbrier.
That's what I was thinking. So so you're a Bobcat.
I am.
So when did you graduate?
2008.
2008. Boy, you just have been on a trajectory just like Zoom.
Yeah.
You got it done, girl.
Got it done.
So how long did you teach before you got into admin?
I was trying to count it up this morning.
Go right back on that mic. You got to get on that microphone, baby.
I was in the classroom for 6 years, I believe. And then I moved to what we call an RTI interventionist.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I was an assistant principal for 2 years and then moved back to Joe Burns. I started teaching at Joe Burns when I started my teaching career, and then came back as the principal.
You go, girl. I'm impressed. I mean, seriously. I mean, are you one of the youngest principals that we've had? Because, I mean,
I don't think so.
You don't? Okay.
I don't really.
But but that's
Other
an
people would say yes.
But I'm telling you, you should be super proud of that because
Yes.
you knew. Did you know you wanted to go into administration, or was it something that just kind of happened?
It just kind of happened.
Okay.
I had my first child, and I decided I needed a little change up, so I went back to grad school, and just kind of led me there. I didn't really know where it would lead me, but it opens the door for new opportunities when you go back to grad school.
That's interesting. I'm always interested to hear people's pathway because I mean, it's always so often, if not almost always, do I hear people that are really loving their jobs, and you obviously do, loving what they do. They never been like, I'm going to do this, because, that mindset's good, but you got to be flexible enough to go, okay, but this door open, let me step into that. And,
Right.
and if you'll let the Lord lead you into different things, and, God will open up doors of opportunity for you. You're like, oh, I never thought about that. And then all of a sudden you're having the best time of your life and you're getting paid to do it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
how cool is that?
It is. And I think for me, it's about where could I make the most impact?
There you
I
go.
made my
Yep.
impact in the classroom. Let's do it on a bigger scale now.
I love it. I love it. What did you say? What grade did you teach?
4th grade.
4th grade. Did you have a primary subject or did you teach all of them in 4th?
Every year it was
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Every year. I really loved teaching reading the most. You can ask my fellow colleagues. Math was not my favorite.
I can't imagine teaching math. My friend, my dear friend Muriel Barnett, she's one of my very best friends, and she retired as a math teacher. And I talk to her sometimes, and it's like, wow, that was hard.
Yeah.
I keep teasing her about coming back. She's like, no, not happening. I've done my years. I've
She's
done my
done her
time. 31 years. 31 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's
I
like,
had her in high school. I'm pretty
you did,
sure.
yeah, because she was at Greenbrier. I'm
Yeah.
sure you had her in high school. Yeah. She's amazing. But anyway, so what else do we need to cover for Joe Burns Elementary? We've got Megan Keys in here. She's our principal over there, and just doing a great job, as you can see. Just listen to her. You just know that she's having fun and getting it done.
Yeah. I mean, we just reached a lot of goals over the past couple of years. And it takes a lot of hard work
Yeah.
from the students, from the families, from the faculty and staff. It takes all hands on deck.
You bet.
We've been a reward school for the past 2 years.
Way
so
to
those have been
go.
huge celebrations
Oh,
for
yeah.
us.
Yes.
And we're going to keep on trucking down that track.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. They just, when you get the reward school and you get the ratings that you want and all that, it's a big deal.
It is.
It's a big deal because the teachers, here's the thing, their teachers are always working to that and always working hard for that. But it's like in an athletic pursuit, you don't always get that.
Right.
You don't always get that mark that you're really hoping for. There's only two teams in the Super Bowl, right? And so you're always striving for it. You're always striving for it, working your tail off for it. But when you get there, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you want it again.
Yeah.
And so it's very competitive, and it is just something that all these schools are working so hard for. So way to go! Congratulations,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
thank you.
Very cool,
Big
very
step.
cool. So what have you guys got now? As far as staffing, are you fully staffed right now? Are you going to have some openings?
We are fully staffed right now.
Okay,
You never really know about openings until
until
March,
retirements are announced. And
April.
yeah. People go,
I think I'm done.
yeah. Well, because you do have people. Do you anticipate some retirements that might?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know
got
of
a few?
one.
Yeah.
So
And that's going to happen. And so you're going to have those jobs. And we just say, if you're interested in working in the schools, I'll tell you, it is the most, I love it. I love it. I love it. And you will just be so blessed by these kiddos. And you can go to the Robertson County Schools webpage and go to job openings and see all the different things that are coming up. And as you said, coming into spring, when the retirements start happening, that's when they're going to start hiring for the next year. And you need to get on it. And people once they realize what Robertson County is all about, they want to be here.
it's a great place
They want to be here. You
Yeah.
better believe it. But what else do we need to talk about? Have you got any events once we get back to school? And I have no idea. I mean, I don't even want to speculate as to when we're going to get back to school. With us not being in there today, I don't know. I
And
feel
it's
like
cold outside.
yeah. It's not going to warm up again until Friday, so I don't know. Dr. Keys, I'm not going to speculate. We're going to wait until he gives the word later. But anyway, So, but we're out. So once we get back to school, what have you got on your calendar that people need to know about?
Once we get back to school, we have the Sweetheart Dance next week. We have the Ron Clark house system at our school. And so each student is divided into a house. And the house of Nukamori is hosting the Sweetheart Dance. So they're the House of Kindness. But they host it every year. I think this is not every year. This is our 3rd annual Sweetheart Dance. But the families love it. They just come. We serve snow cones. We have a DJ. It's just a good night before Valentine's Day.
I love
to do
that.
something fun with the family.
When is that? What night?
That is Friday, February 13th.
Okay.
So we're excited. It'll be next week. It's here.
Next Friday. We're here. I mean, it's just like insane.
It is.
It seems like January took forever, and we're already approaching mid-February. We're just right at the 1st of February, I know, but February is going to go quick because it's such a short month.
It's going to go
And then
quick.
we're going to be into March.
And then it's TCAP testing,
When does TCAP testing start?
It is...
Is it after spring break?
It is after spring break in April. It's usually the last 3 weeks in April, I want to say.
Right before we get out of school. People have no idea. When you start the school year, you feel like, oh, it's going to be... No, it goes like this. Because it just seems like we just zoom into... I can't begin to tell you enough. If you want a career that just keeps you moving and keeps you motivated, consider getting into the schools because there's something all the time. The kids are always into something, and it just zooms by. I know Dr. Osborne, my principal, my first year, I said something about how that the winter was going so quickly because my first winter there, I'm like, oh my goodness, we're out of time, and it's already da-da-da. She goes, wait until you come back from spring break.
Yeah,
it's
over.
Like, wow. It's just incredible. And so I can't say enough about working in the schools and how much fun. And so just, consider it. Consider coming and being a part of it, being a teacher's aide, getting involved with the buses. They need bus drivers. They need bus attendants. And I mean, there's going to be opening substitutes. Yes, can be a substitute. You'd have so much fun. We have a blast. But so you've got your Sweetheart Dance next week. What have you got after that?
We'll have benchmark testing coming up. That is I believe right before spring break, first week of March. Then we'll go on spring break, and then we'll come back a few more weeks, and
we've got
testing time.
We'll be out on April 3rd for Good Friday because of Easter.
Yeah, it's early this year.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, yeah, I guess. But then we've got President's Day on the 16th of this month, so we'll be back at school for a full week next week, we hope and pray. And then we'll be off on Monday. Yeah. And then we'll be back for a few weeks. And I mean, it's just insane how quick it's going. It's just going so fast.
And it'll feel so good to just get up and get the feet back up and running.
I know it.
See
so
our kids come back.
From an admin perspective, will you go to work today and have things to do, or are you?
I typically just work from home. We have things here and there, emails being sent, things that need to be done, and so I'll just do some things at home. Yeah.
So I didn't know if the admin had to come into the schools or not. I know in central office. Carla over at CTE, I've been on the phone with her multiple times and she's there working. Yeah. And, we know that the guys at central office, they are working through all this. And
they have been.
You bet. And they don't get that's one thing about the offices at central office. They're not off all summer and all those things. And so when you hear somebody working for the school systems, don't just assume they're on a teacher schedule.
Right.
A lot of them are not. And, but anyway, nonetheless, anything else that we need to cover about Joe Burns Elementary?
No, I don't think so. I think we hit it.
But anyway, so tell us a little bit. We've got a few minutes. How many kids do you guys serve? What is your enrollment there? Because that's always interesting.
Yeah.
Right on that microphone for me.
We have 440 kids this year, and that is up 100 from last year.
Oh, wow.
So the district did some rezoning.
Right.
And we got 100 more students this school year.
Wow. Do you know all of their names?
I don't. Yes, it kills me. It kills me.
It's hard, isn't it?
I know all my other 340, but
Yeah.
these new
newbies,
hundreds, it is
it's
hard.
hard, isn't it? Yes, it's hard. Bless
It
your heart.
is, and it kills
funny.
me because I want to know their names,
Kids
say
love
their
to
name.
hear their names.
And every now and then I'm like, remind me of your name.
Yeah, I almost want them to have name tags. But it's so funny because I'll have kids in my class from 2 years ago that I haven't had since 2 years ago, and they'll Miss Vivio, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to
know
get, and I
you.
want to know I want to get their name off and Dr. Osborne's really good about it. And she's, she's always encouraging, but it's hard to keep but you just love them and they love to hear their name.
Yes.
They love to hear their name. And I ran into one of my Hispanic students the other day and I hadn't had her in class in a while, and her name's even difficult. And I was like, oh, but she was so sweet. And she says, because my husband, because I introduced him to the one that was my student now. And then I was like, oh, I didn't know you worked here. And he goes, and who are you? And I was like, and I was like, you know what I mean? You're like,
Yes.
because I didn't introduce because I could not get her name, but it's a
know.
difficult Hispanic name.
It is. Well,
A
and
different name, but
you
I'm
know,
not going to call
I
them out.
started
But
in
anyway.
2013 teaching. 2013. And so my kids from 2013 are now graduating
Yeah. Wow.
at Joe Burns, and they come and do their senior walk, and it's just
Oh my
it's
goodness.
amazing. But I can remember their names for now. Now I think once I keep on this principal path, I'm going to forget some of them.
Yeah.
But
Well, you run into them at Walmart, and they're like, Miss
yes,
Vivio,
they know you.
Yeah,
Like
and
a
I love
celebrity.
it. I love it. It's hysterical. I just love these kids so much. Don't you want to be in the school system? We have so much fun. And yes, we're on a snow day. That's why I got on the funny hat today. But anyway, this is my snow day hat.
It
It's
looks
my
warm
official-
and cozy.
Well, my husband is from way up north.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he is from just a little Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Many of us, until we met Upers, we didn't really put together that Michigan's in two parts, and the peninsula, he's from the Upper Peninsula, and they make these up there. They're called
Okay.
Stormy Chromers, and I'm telling you, if you're in the cold weather,
You need
you
one.
need to have a hat on your head. But I always put this on for the snow days
Yeah.
just for fun.
I'll have to
So,
look those up.
they're nice. They're
Mhm.
nice hats. Once
Yeah.
you got one, man, you'll be
I
all
need
that.
it for bus duty.
There you go. You do. I'm not kidding. They're fabulous. They
Yeah.
are absolutely fabulous. But Megan Keys, principal of Joe Burns Elementary. Anything else we need to cover? Because we're right here at the top of the hour. I'm going to get Lee Marie on the phone. The Go Show is not happening this morning.
Oh, man.
Well, it's happening via a telephone call that I'm going to make to Lee Marie and let her kind of fill us in on the calendar that's going on around town, because she lives up on one of our very treacherous back roads, and they refroze last night.
Yeah.
And did you have a pretty decent drive in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My road's pretty clear. My driveway is not, but I made it out.
Yeah, exactly. Our
Just gotta
driveway is an absolute
gas it
sheet
and
of
go.
ice. Yeah. Our driveway is an absolute skating rink, an ice rink
Yeah.
right now. And just be so careful out there, guys. I know it's frustrating. Everybody's ready to get out. Everybody's ready for their kids to get back to school. I was in Aldi last night, and a young man was in there with two little ones that were absolute school age, and they were bouncing off the walls and being very good, but you could tell they were restless.
Yes.
And I looked at him, and we had just gotten word that we were closed. I said, schools are still closed tomorrow. And he goes, yeah.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah. And I just laughed. I said, well, I'm a teacher. I said, I don't teach your little ones. I said, I teach high school kids. But I said, he goes, well, that one's ready to go back. That one's loving it. So,
Yeah.
and I'm just, he was just a
Yeah,
great
that's
dad.
about
You could
right.
just tell.
Mhm.
And, but I got so tickled at him. He goes, yeah.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
So anyway, thank you, Megan,
Thank
for being
you
here.
for having us.
And I'll look forward to seeing you again.
All right. We'll
Always.
Be back.
You be safe.
You too. Have
All
a
right.
good
God bless you. Megan Keys, she is from Joe Burns Elementary, our principal out there, and just a ball of energy. We just love talking to her. She's so much fun. And we're going to pause for a minute, and we're going to give Lee Marie a call, because here's the thing. We're out of school again today because the roads, if you're on the side streets, you heard Mayor Vogle. If you missed hearing Mayor Vogle, too, just a few minutes ago, he was in at an odd time because the meeting, the county commissioners meeting, ended up being on what they were supposed to, they normally meet on the second Monday. Well, this month, or January, was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so they moved it to the third Monday, which we got the big ice storm, and so they had to postpone until this past Monday. So he always comes on radio with me the day after the meeting, so I get a phone call from him or a text on Monday night and wanted to know if I was coming in. I already had the White House, I had Mandy and Derek on from White House. They come in on the first Tuesday. And so we moved him today. Mary Jo Holmes wasn't able to take her principal slot today, so that worked out where we were able to visit with County Mayor Billy Vogle. And we got a chance to congratulate him on the 2025 Pillar of the Region Legacy Award. So proud of our mayor. Love him so much. Keep praying for that man. God is God of miracles, and we're calling on one for that man so we can keep him for a whole lot longer. And anyway, before we move on into anything else, we do need to get Lee Marie on the phone. And I will say this is the end of one street over, and we're going to go into the Ghost Show. But it'll take us just a minute to get her on the phone. We're going to get her on just because, with these roads being as treacherous as they are, we started to see if Mark could go and pick her up. He's a little more experienced on the ice, but even if you are experienced on the ice, guys, the situation when you're on these really slick roads that have not had a chance to really thaw like they need to, you've really just got to be so careful because, just like Mayor was saying, sometimes where they plowed the roads, it ended up being more treacherous after the plow went through because it took that traction of that snow off, and it made it to where you're just like an ice rink out there. And that's what we're seeing is that glaze of ice this morning. And on some of these roads that are they had the lasagna effect storm that affected them with snow, ice, snow. And once you got that, and then it refroze last night after the rain came through, it is just so treacherous out there this morning on these back roads. So be careful. Lee Marie.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Lee Marie, this is time to take some time with the Ghost Show. Lee Marie is going to do this via phone, keep her safe on the roads. And but I'm glad you were able to come on with us for a minute and do a portion of your show this morning because there's so much going on in the community because the main roads are clear. And so we don't want people to forget that if you can get out and do it safely, there's so many fun things for you to do.
Right. And I just want to say that even just the walkways, because I went out front and I slid twice, once on my patio and once when I got on the ground. So the snow, the ice looks very deceiving. So just be very careful because I'm hearing that there's about one fall every 15 minutes being reported in this area. So
yeah,
be very careful.
And I'm telling you, you fall on the ice and it can be devastating. You hit your head, it can be deadly.
Yep.
And
that's
you absolutely.
What happened to my neighbor? I was out talking with him yesterday because he was trying to scrape our street, and he had already pulled a couple of neighbors out of ditches. And the other night, he was walking back to the truck and fell, cracked his head open, had a concussion, had to go to the ER. So you got to be so careful.
Yes, please, please, please. And I know everybody's ready to get out. We're all done with it. But it's just the 1st of February. We could have some more of this. Hopefully this stuff will melt and we'll just, have an early spring and it'll all be a memory. That's what we're hoping for. Right. So, okay,
so I'm going to kind of go chronologically. I made my notes chronological. So,
okay, go for it.
Hopefully I will be in tomorrow to do my line dance class. I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear, see how the roads are.
And you're talking about well in the square. She's talking about well in the square for her line dance class. So you're going to try to make it in tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to try to make it in tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm not going to come if there's any chance because, I depend on my body for income, so I can't, break something.
Right.
But anyways, and then Friday, of course, is the first Friday of the month, so we are going to have a special edition Go Show, providing the roads are good. And then Friday night is going to be the men's dinner. It got postponed from last Friday. And so that is going to be Friday, February 6th, 6:30 p.m. at the Cedar Hill Baptist, 112 South Main Street. The guys are requested to bring a meat dish. Cedar Hill will provide desserts, side items, and drinks. And the guest speaker is Mark Bishop. He's a retired Army major and lifelong outdoorsman. He's also the founder and host of Decision Point Outdoors, which is a faith-driven hunting show dedicated to connecting outdoorsmen to Jesus through real stories, real adventures, and real life changes. So that sounds like he's going to be a great speaker. I know the guys always have a lot of fun. There's always several hundred guys there. So check it out. That is this Friday, February 6th at 6:30 p.m.
And mention, too, that if you're not into wild game, they have all kinds of food. It's not just that. And so you don't think that you're going to have to eat venison. You know, there's going to be all kinds of things there. That's something you had mentioned the other day.
That's an excellent point, because I have, the title of it is Men's Wild Game Dinner, and I just keep calling it Men's Dinner because same thing, I've had some guys go,
Yeah.
And even underneath on their flyer, it says, each person attending bring your favorite wild game dish or other meat dish.
Yes, very good.
There'll be plenty of food. And like Caleb Stratton, he was on your show last week, he said, hey, there's even buckets of KFC there, so come on down.
Exactly.
All right, this Saturday is going to be huge. There is so much going on. Of course, we all want to first go over to Travis Place Park, check in with Gina. I know Billy talked about Tyler's 5K run. We want to make sure we go by and support them. Even if, you can't stay for the walk, just go, make a donation, get your shirt so you can wear that. And I always do that right before the GOP meeting. So that is going to be at Travis Place Park this Saturday, the 5K for Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, right after that, of course, GOP has their meeting at 8:30. At 11 a.m. is a prayer at Purpose Life. It's just a half-hour community prayer for the nation and county. And then after that is the Cupid Crawl all along Main Street. So there's 21 different vendors or merchants that are participating. They'll all have bingo cards. And so you want to pick up a bingo card. It'll say on the bingo card what hours each place is open, so you can go by and get a stamp. And then you turn that in. There's some other things if you want to greaten your chances. You can do some posting. They have the rules listed on their flyer, but they want you to try to post about the businesses and stuff too. But you can win. I think there's up to $600 in prizes that you can win. So all of the vendors have given at least a $25 gift card for the prizes. And, I heard your show yesterday with Mandy. That was great. And I love how she said to support small businesses. This is a great way to do that.
You bet.
Also, I saw a wonderful post online, and it said, and I'm going to repost it too, but it said, for those of you that say it's not in my budget to support a small business right now, this is what it costs, and everything says zero next to it. So these are just some suggestions to support small businesses. You can write a review, refer friends and family, follow them on social media, share their posts, engage with their posts, subscribe to their emails, or give them a shout out. So right now I know there's more people than me that are locked in, iced in. Use this time to think about, what are those businesses that are special to you, that are doing such a great job? Why not share? Go on their page and invite other people to like their page. That helps so much. And so many of us have not been working for over a week. I haven't been able to work either job for a week. And so little things like this mean so much when you can start to get people to realize, like I had somebody that I thought knew about Well on the Square page because she kept saying, is there class today? Is there class today? And I said, well, I keep posting on Well on the Square, the updates. And she goes, I didn't know there was a Well on the Square Facebook page. And I've been she's been a close friend for a couple years. And I'm wow. So use this time to try to, do what you can. It doesn't cost anything to do those things that I listed.
Right. And, that's something my husband's been really good about sharing people's pages and stuff ever since he had a Facebook page. And we'll be out in the community and we'll run into somebody that maybe I don't even recognize that thanks him for it. That's a small business owner. I've been with him several times and that's happened. And it means a lot to him. It means a lot to him. And so just absolutely keep doing that and do that even more if you haven't been in the habit of it.
Very good. And then, of course, so that's Saturday. Lots of stuff going on Saturday. Sunday, of course, we know it's Super Bowl. I don't know if you saw the Mike Vrabel thing.
I did.
Was that awesome?
It was incredible, and we'll try to find a place to share that. I had not heard that. I had not heard that story, so I think that's something that'd be great to feature at some point here in the next couple of days on the shows, and we'll work to do that.
I'm not going to read it. I'll repost it, and you can read it at some point. But that was a great story, and so that's why, like, okay, well, that's why I'm going to root for the Patriots.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. For sure. Me too. I mean, I love his story, and it's got a little egg on its face from the Titans' perspective, but oh well, because the Titans let him go, and it's just, I wish they hadn't. I guess I don't know anything about football, so I shouldn't say they may have a great coach now. I have no clue. But this guy sounds like a wonderful guy, and I knew nothing about him until I read that story. So
so those of you that don't know about it, please read the story.
Yeah.
Deborah Grant, I saw it on her Facebook page, and so thank you, Deborah, for posting it, because I read it. I'm like, this is such a great story. It's so inspirational for everybody not to quit, not to give up.
You bet.
So
for sure.
Read that. All right, and so that is, of course, this Sunday, February 8th, is the Super Bowl, and there is also going to be an alternate halftime show for those that don't want to watch the one. So that's kind of just a little outside information.
Let's address that real quick. I've seen a story. People will talk about these shows that we know who the artists are, we know what kind of content that they feature. And then they'll say, well, I watched it and it wasn't that bad. Well, when you do that, you're telling your kids that artist isn't that bad when you know full well that their content that they produce is trash. And if you want that poison in your kids, just be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Well, maybe because of all the publicity, they're going to clean it up for the Super Bowl show. Maybe the Super Bowl show's telling them to. But I'm telling you, I'm so sick of the Super Bowl shows and the trash and the clothing they wear, and I'm sick of it. And I'm just telling you right now, this mama is going to tell you, if you're letting your kids watch that trash, you're putting poison in their hearts. And you're telling them it's okay. And you're letting your kids parade around like that. You got to stop it. If you love Jesus, cut it out and turn off the halftime show. There you go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just over it. I'm just over it. And are they really going to have this alternate show that's going to be? Go ahead.
I'm trying to find the information online, but my computer is actually hourglassing. So if I find it, I'll bring it up later.
Okay.
But supposedly there's several actually that are thinking of doing that, different, online and different TV ones.
Right.
So because people just get like you, they're getting sick of it because, garbage in, garbage out. And you got to guard your heart, and you guard your minds, and you guard the people around you, and especially the smalls. They're watching.
You better believe it, they are. And one of the things that just breaks my heart is when I see these little kids doing the dances that are vulgar, and everybody thinks it's so funny. And they're sexualizing their kids, very young, and it's just and it breaks my heart. And I don't know. They say Turning Point might be doing one. I don't know.
Right.
So I'm not sure what they're doing, but I read one article that said, why don't you just turn it off and talk to your kids about why you're turning it off? And or maybe if the weather's nice, take them outside and throw the football with them and get them off the screens for a minute. Time it out and just intentionally step away from any halftime entertainment and take that moment to say, this is why we've turned it off. And how powerful is that? Have that conversation with them.
That.
Yeah.
That is a great idea.
Just turn it off. Turn it off, and then you can turn the game back on, But anyway, I'm sorry. I've got grandbabies, and I just don't want this trash in front of their eyes. I just don't. Yeah. I just do not. But anyway, go ahead, Lee Marie. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll get off my soapbox.
My computer did come up, and it is, So the Turning Point one, you can find at Turning Point USA. It says it is an all-American halftime show, Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Bryce, Gabby Barrett, etc. And so, it's the first thing that comes up on their Facebook page for Turning Point USA. So that's one of them. But I love your idea, turning it off and doing something real,
That exactly.
All right, so the day after Super Bowl is the second Monday, which means a couple things. It means bingo at the library at 1 o'clock, which is always fun and always great prizes. And then also TFA. So TFA will be that night, 6 o'clock potluck, Valentine theme, 6:30 speaker. So that is the American Legion in Greenbrier, where the beautiful murals are on the front and side of the building now.
Yes.
What an awesome backdrop for photos.
Yes, it's beautiful.
So if you haven't seen that, and if you haven't seen inside the American Legion lately, you got to go by because they've totally remodeled it. It's beautiful. All right, Wednesday the 11th is Coffee with a Cop, 8:30 a.m. at Chick-fil-A. And I was at the last Coffee with the Cop, and I could count on one hand how many civilians were there.
Oh my.
So I would really like to see more people coming out to this. A great thing to bring little kids to,
Yes,
you
for
know,
sure.
because they get to meet a police officer, they get a sticker, you know. It's just, I don't know why people aren't coming out to this, but I really would love to see more people. And I always learn something when I go because I'll ask the police officers questions and, you know. So,
How many?
again,
What
11
time is it? What time is it?
it's 8:30 a.m.
That's you know, school day makes it rough for, you know, kids, you know, parents with kiddos. So if I don't know if they ever thought about having it, you know, later in the day maybe or something, or even on a Saturday morning. I don't know, but
Yeah, that's a good point. We should
yeah.
bring that up with Buzzy.
Mhm.
All right, so the next one will be the 11th, 8:30 a.m. at Chick-fil-A. So that is that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, February 13th, which is a Friday, the how businesses, faith communities, and area leaders can support our foster care community
Mhm.
for Robertson County and Cheatham. And this meeting is going to be right here at Stokes Brown Public Library, 405 White Street in Springfield. So they do want you to RSVP because they are going to have a free lunch, and that is from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. the day before Valentine's Day, Friday, February 13th. Okay, also that day, of course, is the sock hop at the Well in the Square. It's going to be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. You know, the twist, swing, dancing, hand jive. We had a great time last time. Stephen posted a video from our last sock hop. Super fun. Of course, there'll be another best dress contest. You can wear your 50s garb. Just come out, guys. It's not, I mean, you can come out as a single or as a couple or just as a family. You know, mommy and me, daddy and me, whatever. We're going to have fun at Well in the Square. Of course, that is the ballroom inside Crossroads Christian Bookstore at 600 South Main Street in the beautiful Springfield Square that is really coming alive, especially with the beautiful theater that's going to be back.
Oh, I
So
can't
excited
wait.
about that.
I am too. I cannot wait to have that opened up and just see what they're going to be doing with it. It is beautiful. So
All right.
go for it. Keep going.
Saturday, Valentine's Day. Got to get that on the calendar. All right. So we know the Antique Barn is doing a really cool little fundraiser for CASA and Isaiah 117. That's going to be 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th. Admission is $5, so they're going to have door prizes, live music. A lot of the vendors are having sales. And the ticket sales and 10% of all of the booth sales will benefit those two charities.
Awesome.
So a great time to go to Antique Barn.
I was by there Saturday and the place was packed. I mean, I love Antique Barn and have gotten some great things there. But they just have really, I don't know, it just seems like they're getting busier, and that's good. You know, more traffic through there. And so it is a great place. If you've not been to the Antique, there's just so much fun stuff in there. It is so much fun.
A ton. And there's also a new one, a new place with booths. Have you been to that one, the Trading Something or Other? It's on Main Street. It's just a couple doors up from us.
I have not. I need to check it out.
But it's brand new. They just opened like last week or maybe the week before. So
Okay.
they got some vendors in there too.
Cool.
Okay, back to Valentine's Day. There's a lot going on, a lot of things to choose from. I know Merck's is going to have the Starlighters, which is, you know, their favorite band there. And so 6:30 p.m., Crystal will do a line dance class. And then the band usually starts at 7:30. That's at 336 Winters Road in Cedar Hill, Merck's Country Music Barn. And, you know, I told people about it before, and they're like, oh, I don't like country music. Well, it's like, well, it's not. I mean, the Starlighters play a lot of oldies. They play the Monkees. They play Neil Diamond, you know.
Yeah.
They play a bunch of stuff. So, you know, come on out if you don't have anything else to do. And I know some people have contacted me for private dance lessons because it's Valentine's Day. So this is a great way to score some points, guys, because the girls love dance lessons. And I had someone yesterday schedule one. They're going to surprise their wife with a private dance lesson for Valentine's Day. So
that's a wonderful idea. Wonderful idea. Yeah.
So I'm booking those right now. And then lastly, I do want to talk about President's Day because that is the 16th, Monday, February 16th. And I am going to do a 4-class workshop at the Well. You know, I was off for over a week, and people need to be moving their bodies. I did a last-minute class on Martin Luther King Day, and I had some different people come because they said, you know what, this is great. It's Mondays, not doing anything. It's a holiday. And so here's what it's going to look like on Monday, February 16th, President's Day. At 1:00 p.m., I'm going to do beginning line dance for absolute beginners. At 2:00, intermediate line dance. At 3, then I'm going to have a break. At 3:30, we're going to do beginning swing.
Okay.
And at 4:30, intermediate swing. And if people want to sign up for the whole day, you can do a prepay for the whole day for $25. Or if they just want a class, the classes will be $10 each.
That's a great deal. So $25, you can have all 4 of those lessons.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great deal.
So it's
Yeah.
just a great way too to network. Like if you're
yeah.
a small business and you're like, I don't know enough people, or I don't have enough friends, or whatever. It's just a great time of fellowship too.
How long does a class last? So I mean, you're saying, is it about like that first class? How long would it last?
I'm going to have all of them scheduled like 1 to 1:50 or 1:55, so that people have, excuse me, some time in between.
Right.
But it'll be almost an hour.
Okay. But you'll be done. You'll be done by 4. Did you say?
Let's see. So the first one starts at 1. So 1:00, 2:00, 3:30, and 4:30.
Okay.
So the last class will be 4:30 to roughly 5:30.
Okay. So you're just trying to get the time frame in my mind because we'll be off that day. I've been wanting to get over there and do some dance lessons so much, and that would be so much fun.
Yeah, and I know that some people are like, well, I don't know what level I am. Well, it's all right. Just come on down. Because also one thing I do in all of my classes is I take a look and see who's there.
Right.
And sometimes I have, even like in my Tuesday and Thursday line dance classes, sometimes I'll have absolute beginners there. I'm like, okay, you know what? We're starting with the electric slide and Cupid shuffle. These are two that are at every wedding. You need to know them. But then sometimes I have advanced people that show up and I'm like, all right, this is it. These are the advanced dances. Which ones you want to get? Which ones you want to learn? All right, I want to learn Texas time, or
Right.
So I always look and see, and I always tailor make the particular classes. So even if, the beginning line dance class at 1:00, maybe there's no beginners there. Okay, well then we won't do beginner stuff,
Gotcha.
I'll look and see what we got.
Okay,
So
very
it
good.
should be something for everyone, and it's just a great excuse. You got to move your bodies.
Yes.
We're just learning about how important that is for our health.
For
Okay,
sure.
and then one thing, an advanced thing. February 17th is a what is that?
Tuesday.
No, February 19th. Ooh,
Oh, okay. So
okay,
that's a
I'm wrong.
Thursday. Yeah.
February 19th is a Thursday, and one of my favorite groups is coming to Ebenezer, and that is the Tribute Quartet. If you've never seen them, they are so entertaining. So that is February 19th. It is a Thursday,
Okay.
and so I gave you lots of things to get on your calendar. I also do want to thank my sponsors, especially Ridgetop Mowers. They are servicing generators right now and kerosene heaters. So those are, just because they're a mower shop, they're still open and helping us out. So make sure you go over to Ridgetop Mower. It's right between Baldwin Barbecue and Ace Hardware. And then, of course, our friends over at UPS. I don't know if their hours are normal right now.
They are.
You
They
know,
are. I was in there just the other day, and what's really fun, you had told me about the self-service thing for Amazon. And so I went in there intentionally, even though they weren't busy when I was in, because I went in right after they had gotten back to normal hours after the ice hit. And I had plenty of people to help me, but I intentionally learned how to use the self-service. And it worked great. It worked fabulously. And so, yeah, they do just such a great job in there. So, but yeah, they are on regular hours. So.
And then, of course, Southside, right down the street, they do deliveries for local people. So, that could be something really great if you can't get out. So those are some sponsors I wanted to mention. And thanks for letting me call in all the information. And if you guys out there want me to consider anything else to be mentioned in the calendar section, by all means, private message me on Facebook.
I love it. Love you, friend. Thank you so much. You be careful. Don't be getting out on that ice, okay?
All right, take care.
All right, sister. Thank you so much. Lee Marie doing the Go Show via a call-in, and we appreciate her doing that so much. We appreciate you guys joining us for some extended time of local broadcasting. You will normally on Wednesday find a full hour of the Go Show right after the One Street Over show from 8 until 9, but this morning we did a little abbreviated version because she lives on a very treacherous road, and we'll just leave it at that. But thank you for joining us. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not sure we're going to try to visit with United Way. They've got a lot to do with the VITA program, and may reach back out. I've been trying to get Danny Ashley on, so he doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to try to see if I can get him in here And then we'll slide on into the first Friday on Friday morning and hopefully talk with Lisa Fort for Redeem Her Now. Haven't had her on in several months. So looking forward to having some great conversations here. Local programming for you on 1100 WSGI. Thank you guys for joining us. Be safe out there. Stay off the ice. It's going to melt soon. God bless you.